Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Champaign here with you, and we are back once again in the wonderful world of PowerWash Simulator 2, where at the end of our last episode, we had completed the Nouveau house job right up there. That one wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. And today, if we take a look, our next job is going to be a giant blimp. If I can get back to the screen where I need to be. Here we go. Yeah, the giant airship for $900. This one could be interesting. So let's go ahead. I heard you trust about all the disgraceful scenes at the site of that fisherman statue. Okay, that. So yeah, they sent the airship to the gathering crowd, and yeah, and it was bad things happened apparently. So let's clean a giant airship off. Now, this is another one that when I looked on the list, I did not see any achievements that were attached to this. So this will probably just be a straight up cleaning job. This is a massive job. Oh my goodness. We're going to, I guess, maybe just hop up on the top of this thing and start from the top and work my way down. It feels like the way to go. So yeah, I'm going to take this thing, try and set it as close as I can. I can climb the ladder. I always forget about the fact that I can climb the ladder. And yeah, we're just gonna jump right on top of this thing and work our way from here and see how long of a job this is going to be to finish off, because this one could be a major undertaking. But we'll see. If we take a look real quick at what we've got here, so there's the envelope. So the envelope and the gondola are different things. So just for the fun of it, what is the envelope? So that is the okay. So these are the different parts here. So all right. So we're gonna let's work on these envelope parts and try and get this cleaned off, and then we'll work our way from there and see exactly how long we could maybe expect this job to take. I really have no idea. I mean, the good thing about it is that there's just a lot of big surfaces to it. So it doesn't feel like it would be an issue with like all kinds of little hidden nooks and crannies. It's just a big piece of equipment that we're dealing with here. So that is fine. Envelope ring. So maybe everything on the top is the envelope, or maybe I really don't know. The thing that's going to stink is when we have to start hitting the sides, and then we're going to have to just use probably use these guys over here to just stand on there and start cleaning things off. Envelope dish. Okay, so this is also its own parts. All right. Well, I mean, it's obviously its own part, but it's part of the envelope. That's what I was trying to say. And can I hop up here? Yeah, we're just going to hop right up here. Clean all of this off. So it will be interesting when we do get into another job that has another achievement. I know that there's some really big jobs coming up from what I've seen, just by looking at. I've seen it like in videos, even on the Steam page. They have like videos of upcoming jobs, and I know that there are definitely some big ones that are on the list. I'm good with having these ones here though, because these are still significantly sized jobs and are not massive, because there are ones that, I mean, even if you were playing with multiplayer, it would take a bit to do. And we'll see those as we get further along here. But for right now, we're going to continue just cleaning off this wonderfully sized airship. Okay. Oh, there's definitely stuff there. Okay, and trying to hit this and not fall off. It's the big thing. I'm somehow hanging on here. I don't quite know how, but somehow we have not fallen off of here. Just we're probably in suspended animation, as we tend to be in this game. That happens every once in a while. Okay, this is more of the envelope top panel, which in order to clean that, we're going to probably have to again get onto the scaffolding and clean the sides of this thing. So, but we'll get as much at the top as we can before we have to start shooting from distance on the scaffold and constantly moving the scaffold all over the place. Because yeah, we're eventually going to slide off of this thing. if we get too far to the side, we're not gonna we're not gonna hang on forever. Oh, but this is a top panel, so there's a top panel and a side panel. Okay, so this panel that I'm working on here is different. So the side panel is different than the top panel. That's nice. So we can at least knock some panels out while we're standing on the top. That's good to know. Just gotta, again, be careful to not fall off of this. But this is, yeah, right there where the seam is. I don't know if you can see the seam on your screen, but there is a seam there. So this is still part of the top panel. I'm surprised that there's still something on here that's dirty. It must be maybe over further here. So I feel like I've gotten this top panel pretty well cleaned off now. Compared to what it's saying we've still got left. It doesn't feel like we should have that much left for it. Let's see. If I close that. Oh, no, I guess there's a bunch of little spots. The dirt kind of hides in this magenta. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to tell what you have left to get. Yeah, it's just like little spots. This one is not being forgiving. That or I'm somehow just missing a big chunk of it on this top panel, and I don't know where. Normally it might be here by these edges, like on the seams, by like where the ring is, but this all looks pretty darn clean too. So let's keep on searching, because this is a different top panel. So yeah, this is a separate top panel from the other one, and again, it stops at the, oh no, it doesn't stop at the seam. The seam's down there, or is it? Yeah. So I think it's, what seam is it? That's the side panel, this is the top. So this seam here, that's where we get a different piece. So let's check over here as well, see what we've got. Eventually I have to clear some parts of this thing off. I feel like we've gotten one ding so far, and that's it. But we've cleaned 1/6 of the thing at this point, and only knocked one piece of it out. All right, is this the... All right, so that's a side panel again. So what about the top panel is still dirty on this thing? Oh, we got all this underside here for the dish. Let's get all that. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch there. Okay, so there's the bottom, the dish strut. The dish itself is good. I think it's because some of this is just... It looks... It doesn't look like dirt. It looks like just kind of... it must be underneath the dish. Why is it not letting me stand? Control, it's not letting me stand up. There we go. I think it was just too close to the dish. That might have been it. Yeah, some of the dirt on this is just very hard to spot. And this is, yeah, this one is definitely not having any forgiveness. So for all the close enough that I was getting in the last job, they're going to make me get like every square inch of this thing on this one. Was that the... Okay, that was the top panel that I got. The ring is going to be all the way around this thing. So that one I'm not going to be able to get from just the top. Let's take a look again. What on this top panel have I not hit? I mean, this is a big panel. And I don't see what I could have possibly missed here, unless it's in the seams between the top and the middle. No, I don't see anything there. And I don't know if there's anything in the seam here. I mean, I can shoot in the seams, but it doesn't seem like there's anything there either. I am very befuddled by what we don't have on this top panel. This top panel looks like you could eat off of it. But for whatever reason, it's saying no. We're not done with it. So we'll continue on. We're going to go to this top panel here, clean this bad boy off, and maybe we'll eventually find out what we have missed and what we have not quite finished off with it. And again, so this is the side. So this is top. and then this is side. So top here. So yeah, looking at top and then further down that side. So there's the seam where I'm cleaning there. That's the difference. So all the way down to there. So now I'm working on the top. That's the side there. Okay. Good to know. It feels like the envelope is like going to be like 1/4 of the job by itself. Am I standing up? Okay, I was standing up. I wasn't able to. I wasn't quite sure if I was crouched a bit. It felt like I was crouched. I think it's just because of the weird angles on this thing. That probably has something to do with it. And again, they're talking more about backstory. Something about a gem heist, I see. So I don't know what the heck the gem heist is or how it happened. So, yeah. I probably at some point should like go back and look at like all the backstory that's been talked about in this thing, because I've missed a ton of it. All right, let's see. No, that's side panel. That's top panel again. So if we take a look, it might be here in the. Oh, there's a bunch there, and it might be in the nooks. Same thing here. Might be in the nooks here. Potentially. Okay, again. Wow. This is really, really unforgiving. Because again, this is the side panel. This is the top. So right there, side, right there, top. So I cannot possibly even begin to tell you what we're missing here. Oh, well, there's a bunch of it. Okay, so there's a bunch there. All right, cool. It might be time for me to just like spritz the heck out of this with soap and see what we might not have on here. Because whatever we don't have, the soap will disappear. So the soap will stick to whatever we haven't cleaned, and it will disappear from whatever we have. And maybe that's what I need to do. Because I am definitely at a loss for what is dirty on this thing. And this is a nice way of being able to kind of go about it, seeing what we may have missed. So far, all the dirt is like disappearing from it. So I'm gonna go along the edges of this, see if there's anything here I'm not hitting. I mean, there's some there, there's some there, there's some there, but it's just like minute amounts. Wow. I don't even know. This is amazing. Oh, there, finally, one last piece of it. Oh, gosh. Okay, tail panel. Let's keep moving. That was a long time for less than 1%. But we're good now. And on our way to the tail panel. So this is all... Oh, these are different tail panels. And while we're up here, we'll get the vertical stabilizer, because it'd be kind of silly of us not to get it while we're here. That would not make a whole lot of sense to not clean this off while we're here. So we'll take care of this too in this entire process. And 1/4 of the way through the job at this point. Let's extend the arm out a bit for those bits down there. Try and zoom that in. We're going to get to the point where those extenders are going to become more and more useful, especially when we're on the scaffolding. I think we're going to really get a lot of use out of these extenders. And let's go like that. That's a nice shot right there. Can I walk up this thing? I probably can. Always seems like you can walk up these things. You just gotta... Yo, maybe. Can I jump up it? I can. So that works. Just to get all the way out to the end there. Just a little acrobatics. It's fine. Yeah, because we're going to have stuff on the very end out there that I can't even hit from here. That is definitely part of the dirt. So we'll have to work our way to that a little later. How are we doing on the job? 25% on this. This one's going to take some time. This one is going to give us a run for our money. I can see that already. Now, are these... Okay, these are different flaps. But there's stuff on the back of that flap that counts. I do believe. So, and then there's going to be stuff on the very front of the stabilizer there where I'm going to have to get the scaffold out on like the very back end of this thing to clean that. Because, I mean, we're going to get to the point where all that's going to be left to clean the stabilizer is, yeah, just the very, very tail end of it. Same with that flap. Everything that's left is on the back of it here. Meanwhile, this tail panel is different from the other one. So yeah, the top tail panel is not the same as this tail panel, so I will have to clean these off individually. And then we're going to have to get down underneath there for this tail panel. Okay. That's fine. Now let's hop back up here, see what we still need on this one up top. Some stuff here. Oh, can I get this from here? Okay, the tail panel's done. Can I get this from here and not fall off of here? Let's see. Oh, wow, there was a lot of close enough on that. A lot of close enough they gave me on those. Wow. That's very nice. They were definitely being forgiving after all the work that they put us through for these tail panels, for these envelope panels. They're like, you know what? We'll give you a freebie on the stabilizer. So that was good. Yeah, we'll get all this stuff up here on the top. Because we'll definitely have to shoot these stabilizers from the underside. No doubt about it. And hopefully they'll give us the same degree of close enough on it with any luck. So this is looking good. Hit that flap. Hopefully that's going to be enough. No, we're going to have to hit the underside for that. For sure. This is actually working pretty good with I didn't even have one of the extenders on. And it was working pretty good in terms of hitting a lot of that and cleaning it all off. So yeah, it may not be that bad when we even get to the scaffolding part of it. Let's see. So for the panels, let's take a look at what we've got left. So we've got so let's see, the top panels. Oh yeah, I want to hide the stuff that's cleaned. So we got nose panels. We've got we got 3 of the tail panels left. Got underside panels, envelope valves. So where are those at? Let's take a look. They're probably underneath. Yeah, they're on the underside, it seems like. So we'll have to worry about those later. Let's try and get that part of the stabilizer while I'm looking at it. Okay. So other parts on the top, possibly. Is there anything left? I feel like the top is pretty good. Actually, let's go over here and get this panel. Get this stabilizer. And get these hinges. Thankfully, the gunk on this is not that heavy duty. Because our medium duty washer is still taking care of this without really any kind of a fuss. And I'm happy for that. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be much else I can do without getting down onto the scaffold at this point. I think we've done about as much as we can from the top here. See if I can hit that from there. I can. Okay, so let's start working our way down. And let's move this out a bit. Now, this is where, unfortunately, I can't use the ladder to go all the way up because I've got to just start hitting parts here. And with this extender, we can do pretty good. I probably ought to move this a little bit closer. Yeah, let's move this a little bit closer here. I thought I needed to be a little bit further away, but I think that's going to be good. Yeah, this will work. So with the extender, we can get a lot of this. Hopefully this is going to be a lot more forgiving. These side panels, oh, and I'm going to have to move the scaffold further left. Yeah, I don't. This is why I hate the scaffold. It's just all the placement. I suck at placing this thing where I want it to be. I'm not good at this. So, and is that close enough? Let's move it a little closer. Okay, I don't know if that was much closer, but I think it's close enough. And yeah, keep on working on the side panel. And can I widen that spray out? I can, and still get a lot of it. I really like this adjustable nozzle. It is kind of cool. I am on the super extender. I'm on my maximum extender here. This is still part of the side panel. There's probably a bottom panel on here. So at some point, again, there's probably a seam that separates the side panel from the bottom panel, I'm thinking. Yeah, there's an underside panel I see on this. Yeah, and there's going to be stuff way up top. This is going to be a thing. For sure. And I don't think I can shoot. Can I shoot soap way out there? I can. It barely hits it, but I can shoot it with soap. Just see what's going to stick because, yeah, we're at the point now where there's like a lot I can't see. And it may be up at the very, very top. So we'll have to keep on working on that one. I might have to go back up top there. See if there's anything there, because there's like just a little bit left on this. All right, what is this picture? What is this going to be when we clean it off? This massive thing here that we're going to have to, again, get up near the top to do this. So it looks like a cat of some sort. A very interesting shield and logo. I'm assuming it has a name on it. Well, it says 13 on there. Maybe that's the 13th one of their blimps they've got. I don't know. And there's another job that just came up for cleaning off a dump truck, it looks like. A cement mixer. So that'll be the next thing that we will have on the list. Once we're done with this bad boy. Which may take a couple parts to do. We'll have to see. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much of this as I can from a distance here, and then we'll get closer when we need to. So far, so good. But again, they're not they don't have a lot of forgiveness on this one. All right, let's drop down. Start shooting this from here. And then again, we'll have to get up onto the scaffold to get all those top parts that are now out of my range, out of my reach. Let's check on this side, see if there's stuff under here. So where's the split? So side panel, underside. Okay, so yeah, anything that's left on the side panel is on the very top of it. Because there's nothing visible I can see on the side panel here. So let's hop back up. Let's get this close. Hop all the way back up on the side panel. Let's see. I mean, I think I see some stuff there. There we go. I didn't even have to go up there. Perfect. That worked out better than I thought it would. And while we're here, we'll start working on the tail panels. Again, hoping I can get most of this just with the extenders. With any luck, it'll be doable. We're about halfway through the job now. at this point? Yeah, halfway. And how long we've been at it? 25 minutes. So this actually isn't going as bad as I thought. Okay. It's another one of these jobs that I looked at. I'm like, oh boy, but it's going better than one would have thought. It's just some of these parts, they've got a lot more wiggle than others do. There's probably stuff on this side of it that's keeping this from being 100%. Yeah, so that's done now. This is its own tail panel. So there's probably so these are different tail panels. So the seam right there is the different tail panels. So that one's good. And somewhere on this one, there's still something. Yeah, these envelope panels are just, they have like so little wiggle. They want you to hit every darn thing on those guys. But that's okay. I mean, you got to have some kind of challenge in your jobs, for sure. This one is going to definitely put us to the test. The stabilizers, however, they don't seem to care about the stabilizers. Stabilizers are like, yeah, whatever. And the hinges, I mean, I don't feel like we're hitting those little parts in the original. I remember in the original PowerWash simulator job, you had the job where you were in it's like the train station bathroom or something like that. And man, there were so many little bits and bots that you had to get there. And like door hinges, and you had to like literally clean every individual part of the door hinge in order for it to say that it was done. Like the bathroom door hinges, they had no forgiveness on those things. And like that, there was so much dirt left on that stabilizer. And it's like, yeah, you're good. You're fine. You can take it from here. Same thing with this one. We'll probably hit to there, and they'll be like, yeah, that'll be fine. You're okay. Just like that. Okay. So this is the underside. So yeah, let's start working on the underside here. Is this all one panel? This might be all one panel. This underside panel that might all count as one. That may not be two of them. No, there are two underside panels. Okay, so good to know. So we've got like a left underside panel and a right underside panel, which would be like port and starboard or something like that. I don't know my nautical terms. So I know that one of them means left, one of them means right. But I don't know if port is left and starboard is right, or if it's the other way around. So, yeah, you'll have to forgive me on that one if I have it backwards. So the underside. So this is the side. This is the underside. Okay. The same kind of thing. Just little specks and flecks somewhere here. It might be in the... Maybe just like in the little cracks here. We're going to spray the heck out of it with soap. See where the soap sticks. And just start cleaning it off. It's normally like right here at those seals. Like I would think it would be kind of there just where the parts meet. Okay, well, whatever it was, we got it. And this underside panel is done. So the underside panels are both done. So we got nose panels, we got seals rings. No, there's more underside panels that are not done. So that one's done. Or was that one all one big piece? That might have all been one big piece. So these are all going to be, this is another underside panel. Okay. Man, there's so much envelope on this thing. It's like the thing is primarily envelope or something. Who would have thought? %60 on the job. We're 30 minutes in. And this is a side panel. So just trying to stick to the underside panels, get the underside panels good. So that way I can move on. Because this is an underside, okay. Which ends right about there. Yeah, because that side, that's underside. That's good. So now let's make our way here. Same thing. Underside, side. So the underside stops there. And this is probably the same thing. There's probably a left and a right on this. Then we're going to have all the rings and stuff we're going to have to get to. But most of those we should get just in the process of doing the rest of this, I would think. And then the dome camera. It's like the old style airplanes back, like the old style bombers where you were like the guy in the turret. And you never wanted to be the guy in the turret because that was like the most dangerous position on those planes, I do believe. Being the guy who had to sit in that turret, I think that was like the worst job that you had, was to be there. Is this still, let's see, underside, side. So this is the side we're cleaning. So there's got to be stuff on the underside still. I cleaned something. And again, this is all one underside panel. So I am working on just one giant panel here. Same thing, side. So this is underside here. Oh, maybe it was that light that I got. That could be. Didn't take much of anything to clean it if it was. And on the underside, let's take a look. Maybe swing over here because we still got the dome. Okay, the dome's done. All right, the underside's done. So how many underside panels do we have left? We got one underside panel left. All right, we'll eventually get there. Let's start making our way back to the side panels and cleaning as much of it as we can from the bottom before we then move our way back to the top. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to get much more than that with what we've got here. Nose panels, let's shoot these. The anchor points. So are these individual lines? Or are they, or is that, I wonder if those are individual things. I don't know for sure. We'll find out. I see that that's called an anchor point. I'm assuming that all the like individual prongs out of it are not things that need to be cleaned as individual parts. I mean, I could probably take a look and see if it... Okay, so there's one nose panel. And again, I'm going to have to get up top to get the rest of that. Okay. So one more underside panel. This is the gondola. I'll probably hold off on the gondola. So there's something on this underside panel that is still... Okay, so side and underside again. All right, whatever it was, it's done. I don't even know what I did, but I did a thing, and it worked. So let's hop back up to the top and fly off of here and start working on these side panels. So just a little jump. Okay, we're good. Because I'm hoping I can get these from the top. I probably won't be able to. It probably won't work. Maybe it will, but it probably won't. I mean, it'll work to an extent, and then I'm going to slide off this thing, and it's going to be embarrassing. But let's try and get as much of this as I can. It's going to be about that much. Let's just get back onto the scaffold. That's fine. We can fall. It's okay. Not to worry. Pick up the scaffold. Set that up pretty close to there. That'll work. Just shoot as much as we can there, because there's definitely parts there I can see. It's funny how when you get further away, it gives you more forgiveness. But like when you're up close and personal, I think it's just because if you're further away, it cleans a lot of the little bits somehow. That if you're up close, it doesn't clean them. It seems kind of a backwards thing. Counterintuitive, if you will. Like this now should look, it should be done. There, all right, there we go. Now we got it. So, and then this side panel is got some stuff on it. Yeah, it's got a lot of stuff on it. Let me shoot my extender. Yeah, because I see I definitely didn't do a great job on cleaning this. But now I don't see, at this point, I don't see what we've still got there. Oh, lots of stuff on the face. And lots of stuff there. Yeah, that red, just the magenta just hides so much dirt. But there won't be much left there that we've got to do. Let's just hop back down. Maybe just hit this thing a bunch and hope for the best. Throw the super extender on. There. Just like that. Just like we planned it. All right, let's swing this over to the front now. Start working on the nose pieces. I'm gonna get as much as I can from here before we get onto the scaffold. All right, let's move this back a bit. Because again, the further away I can get, the better off I feel like I am when I do this. In some cases, because we can use the extender and get just a better shot at it. And then when I need to go up another level on the scaffold, I will. But yeah, look at how much it's cleaning just with this, with the third layer extender on there. It would never do that if we were like right on top of the thing. So there is something to the distance. There we go. The anchor point is done. Nose panel, that one is done. The top one's still got some stuff on it. Now it's done. I can't hit that from here, I don't think. I don't think it's going to let me. Maybe if I go into turbo nozzle. Turbo nozzle with an extender? Will that get it? Will it let me do that? No, it's not going to. Okay, that's fine. No problem. I wanted to give it a try, but it didn't work. So let's see then. So on here we've got what left? So let's see. Nose panels are done. Let's take a look here again. We've got tail panel, side panel, and rings. So the nose is done. So and then valves. What are these valves again? So let's see. What is a valve? Oh, it's you. All right. So you're good. Now if we go back to this, so tail panel, side panels, and rings. So what are the rings? Oh, the rings are the big parts. Okay, so yeah, I know what those are. Those are the massive things. Let's go back into this. Throw our super extender on. The rings, I feel, are going to give me some fits. So there's a lot on these rings, and they go all the way around. So there's like one giant ring on each of these. So these could be trouble. But we'll see how it goes. Because, yeah, they go all the way. And I see that there's stuff over there, too, so that we might be okay. Again, we're going to shoot as much of this from here as we can. And then we'll make our way up to the scaffolding to get this, the rest of it. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch on these rings, so not a problem. So we really haven't done much of anything on this side yet. And that's probably about as good as we're going to get. So let's move the scaffold out a bit. Again, same thing. And try and line it up with I'm trying to line it up with the pink section. Okay, that should work. And I didn't mean to climb it, but that's all right. And I'm facing the wrong direction. It's facing the wrong way. So, oops. So I only did everything wrong there. It's fine. Okay, let's get this level. Let's shoot from this level first. Then work our way up. I can probably expand that spray. Yeah, let's expand the spray out a bit. I think it'll still do a pretty decent job of cleaning even if we expand it. And can I get back here to this? Not very well, because I basically honed it in on the pink section, so it does not surprise me that I can't really get over to the other section all that well. Same thing with the front. Yeah, I can't really hit that. Even if I put that in a bit, it will clean it, but not that part. So no biggie. All right, let's move up another level. Continue on here. Let's try and move up another level. Might even need to move up one more level. And again, I'm hoping there's going to be a good amount of close enough here on this side panel. Let's see. There, yeah, there was definitely some there. Let's try on this side panel here. Shooting way out in the distance, it's fine. Not a problem. Not at all worried about it. And again, if we were standing on top of the thing, it would not give us any kind of forgiveness like this. Just look at that. It's amazing the difference based on where you stand. And then we've got the side panel here. So let's hop down. Move this over a bit more toward the front. Just like that. Shoot from below it first. Clear a lot of this off. We're at 82%, so this is where the job's going to start getting progressively more and more difficult as we get further along. Like these rings. I think these rings are going to really be a fit. Because I've still not cleaned any of them. And I'm at the point now, it's like, what do I still need to even do? And the scaffold is facing the wrong way. So, yeah, it's okay. We're all right. Oh, there's one ring. Got one completely by mistake. Wasn't even trying. We got it. How about that ring? There we go. Two of them completely by mistake. Yay. And can we get this panel? Got that panel. I feel like there's something up there. The dish still has a little something on it. I somehow did not get the dish while I was up there. Now, if we move, what do we still have for the envelope? Tail panel and rings. So that's going to all be at the back. And the dish. Okay. Can I hit the dish if I go up one more level? Let's just keep on going up and see if we can get it from here. Where might it still be? I do not know. The ring. Can I get lucky and hit the ring from here? No, that would be... let's just fall off air. See if there's anything I can see from here on it. It's probably somewhere on the top. Same thing here. It's probably somewhere on the top. I'm guessing. So let's see if I can get lucky and maybe same thing. If I move the scaffold over, perhaps it'll give me the same kind of haphazard success rate. We'll find out. Move up. Let's go one more level up. Try this from here. Yeah, there's some there. There we go. How about on that? Yeah, just like that. Of course I got all of it. What are you even worried about, guys? Of course we got it. It's fine. Okay. Let's move this up real close. Because I got to get to that dish. I don't know what on the dish I missed, but I missed something. Because, of course, I was standing right by it when I tried to clean it. And that's why it didn't work. So, and again, you're probably like, Rusty, why didn't you just climb the giant ladder on the side? And you're right. As always, you're right. I should have done so. And I did not. So That's all right. And the scaffold's backwards. It's perfect. It's okay. We got this. So what on the dish is still dirty? Whatever it is, it's clean now. I don't know what it was, but we got it. So one tail panel is left. Which one is it? I do not know. I'm guessing it's on the, well, it's over here. Oh, it's you. You're definitely the dirty one. Question is where? There. We've once again reached the power wash point cap. So let's go ahead back into our store and buy some more stuff. So just buying a whole bunch of masks. Just going to buy all the masks. There, that'll clear a bunch of it out. So we're down to 1,250 power wash points. That's better. Is there anything from the envelope left? No. So now we're on the gondola. So let's work on the gondola parts. The gondola is all going to be down here. Because this is probably where most of it is anymore anyway. And of course, as soon as I say I'm working on the gondola, I immediately start working on one of the engines. To make everyone in Rusty Champaign land go, why is he doing that again? So, all right, let's switch to the gondola. Because I said it was going to work on the gondola. And 86%. So we'll probably have this. This one might be another one under an hour, possibly. I would not have thought so when I first started this job. I would have thought that this would have taken a lot longer. But so far, so good. And all those handles. Is that handle a thing? It is. You know what? We're going to hit the heck out of this with soap. Because it's windows and stuff, and windows are never fun. So we're just going to soap the ever-living life out of this thing. And then go ahead and spray it. It's not going to give me that handle. That handle's not going to go down without a fight. That's fine. We'll go over there and get it. That'll be okay. Oh, there we go. Whatever the little last bit was, we cleaned it off. And this is probably of the gondola frame. There's going to be a bunch on the underside of that. Or is this all the frame? That might be all the frame, possibly. I can probably go to a smaller extender here because I am pretty close to this thing. So I don't need to be on super duper extender. All right, window's good. And I'll definitely have to crouch down because I know that there's like underside on this thing that still needs to be achieved. Let's move the scaffold out of the way because it's going to be in my face and we don't want that. So now we can go back at this again. The final 10% of another job. And I feel good about this one because, again, I looked at this one at the beginning. I'm like, man, this is going to be daunting. And I feel like we've done a good job kind of handling it in a somewhat organized manner, which is definitely something that would get me in the naughty corner, as always. But I feel like as I do these things, I get a little bit more organized all the time, which is weird because early Rusty Champaign would have never been like this. But as we've gotten farther along, I feel like I've learned more and I've just kind of improved. Oh man, this part sucks. Underside of this thing. Yowza. Okay. I see you. Thankfully, we can shoot this with an extender and get a lot of it, so that's good. which is also getting a lot of the frame, because the frame, there's like stuff on the other side of the frame here that you can only hit by standing on the opposite side of the gondola. Yeah, there's a bunch of dirt that's on the other side of the frame facing the gondola, but we'll have to like completely run around the gondola to get it. Still the underside. Oh, and I can't get underneath the engine that way. Okay, how am I going to get underneath the engine? Or around the, just go around this way. That's the engine mount. Okay, still not. Yeah, there's a bunch here on the underside there. I see it. So that's done. How about the frame? Can I get the frame by getting all of this? I did. And wow, there was a lot of forgiveness. A lot on that. So then the side body. This is definitely not going to give me the forgiveness. It might be up top there. Again, when in doubt, always like hit the tops and bottoms. What is it thinking is a problem here? I do not know. It looks pretty darn clean, but it is begging to differ. So let's go to super extender. I don't know. Maybe go to turbo nozzle. When in doubt, always turbo nozzle. Because that'll take care of it. Sometimes. The joys of turbo nozzle. That even doesn't even seem to be doing it. Oh, man. This one's going to make me work for it. Okay. Yeah, side body. There is still something on the side body. I will have to take a look. Can I hop up on this engine? I've got a small ladder. That would make sense. So maybe it's up here. Oh, there it is. I see it. I got it. I see it now. It's right over there. There it is. Probably the same thing on the other side. Just some top sections here that are going to be the same kind of deal. Yep, right up there. A lot of it there. Okay, that's good. What are the gondola remains? Oh, there's stuff over here. So the back side of it. And then we should just be on the engine and the engine mounts and all that. I do believe. So that's done. Is there anything? Okay, there is still something here, this vent. So is the gondola? No, there's still something on the gondola. What is it? What is it pointing at? The front body. Probably the same thing. Probably need the ladder to get up high. So let's check that. Yep, I see it. I see it right there. Right up there, shooting at it from a distance. Cool. So the gondola is done. So it is the engine and it is the landing gear. That's all we got left. So let's move on to that. That's all we got left to do on this bad boy. Again, I feel very, very good about how we've done on this thing. You know, we'll probably have to get a ladder to get up on the top parts of this, I'm thinking. To clean up in the up above where we can reach. Or maybe we'll get lucky. No, those top panels we're not going to get without getting up there. Oh no, I actually got that side one. Okay, that's cool. Again, was not planning on it. Landing gear. All right, was that the landing gear? No, that was the tire. So there's landing gear and landing gear tires. So we got the landing gear. We got to get the tires still. And we got to get that. Yeah, and I'm going to need... I am going to probably need a ladder for that. Yeah, for that top panel. Let's go ahead and grab our little ladder for this. Yep. Back is good. And probably have to go around to the other side. All right, that part's good. Yeah, let's swing around to the other side with this. Just set it in the middle. Oh, don't fall off the ladder. Thankfully, it's not a very big ladder. So there's that. Let's shoot as much of this as we can while we're on the ladder here. Like all this stuff here. Get everything from up high. The final 1%. Always a good feeling when you're down to the final 1%. Especially even more when you know where everything is and you know that you've done most of the stuff that you need to do all up high. So now you're just down to the down low parts. And you're not chasing bits all over the place on it. And at this point, I can probably get rid of the extender. Or go like single extender. It's still the tires. It's like, what on the tires is still dirty? Is it... What am I missing on the tires? All right, that one's done. That one is done. So we've still got... What is left? We've got, the back landing gear and the top panel and the underside panel. Okay, so this underside panel still has something on it. Right about there. The top panel, I apparently did not clean that. I thought I did. There's apparently something here. So let's move this over. Yep, right there. Easy peasy. And then the back piece of landing gear, we didn't even touch this. Completely ignored this one. Until now. And the last piece to get cleaned is the last piece of landing gear. There it is. Another job in the books in under an hour. Again, would not have thought that we would have finished that in an hour's time when we first started working on this thing. Was thinking this was going to be a two-parter for sure, given the size of this. But it worked out quite well. Again, no achievement for this one that I saw. So this was just strictly a cleaning job. Gave us another $900. So we're up to $3,500. That is not going to be enough to get another. It is not going to be enough to get ourselves another washer. Not like a heavy duty washer, because I think the cheapest of the heavy duty washers is like $5,000. So we're still working our way up to that. But we're going to take a quick look in here if we go. To washer equipment, heavy duty, the Urban X Max and the Prime Vista 3000, both $5,000 for the washer, $6,000 for that washer. So we're still a ways off. We're probably 2-3 more jobs from being able to get that washer, and then we're going to need to get all the pieces for it as well. So we're probably maybe even 4 jobs from having a full blown washer. But it's getting better, and we're doing better jobs. I mean, that job would have probably taken us longer in a previous life. But at this point, we did pretty good with that one. And in just under an hour's time, we have cleared another thing off. There it is right up there. The town blimp is now clean and on the wall. That is going to be all for this one, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I would love it if you consider giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thanks as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champaign, and we will see you later.